This innovative clamp gives you just the right grip for anything from rough woodwork to fine china. The swivel jaw pads open 2 1/4 inches wide and pivot for a solid hold even on odd-shaped workpieces. Plus, with this fingertip release and comfort grip handles, just one hand gets the job done. It's perfect for small jobs and big. The patented ratchet clamp, a Craftsman exclusive, just $19.99 for this 2-piece set. Yep, smart additions truly make a world of difference. More proof that Craftsman makes anything possible.
Call now for the Craftsman 2-piece ratchet clamp set for $19.99. 1-800-632-3113.
There's more from the Weather Channel at weather.com. More travel updates, more ski and snow conditions, more forecasts at work or whenever you're on the web. Get more at weather.com or AOL keyword weather.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8s. Currently in your area, 26 degrees with light snow. The forecast for your area. Your extended forecast.
You're watching the Weather Channel. Live by it.
Well, yesterday we were talking about an ice storm in the Carolinas. Today we're talking about a snowstorm from Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia all the way up into New York City and Boston.
Meanwhile, you want to pull out your winter boots. The snow is falling in New York City, and it won't quit until later this evening. When it's all over, we could very well see anywhere from 3 to 6 inches. Hello and welcome to Weather Center. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Ryan Gossip. We're continuing to watch the snow move up the East Coast. With the latest on this storm, we're joined by our winter weather expert, Paul Kosin. Paul, where's the heaviest snow falling right now in the last hour at least?
In the last, in the last hour we've seen the heaviest snow fall in and around New York City, Long Island, as well as portions of Connecticut and Rhode Island. We're seeing the last phase of this storm in that most of the heavy snow will be ending today across the northeastern states, and it'll finally be history, but not before the storm system has produced a pretty wide area of 5 to 9 inches of snow, much of which has already fallen basically from Philadelphia southwestern through Baltimore, 7 inches, D.C., 6 inches, and we've already seen up to 5 inches of snow in Islip, New York. Some of the heaviest snow can be expected in portions of central New Jersey, eastern Long Island, and perhaps across portions of extreme southern New England, where some local totals may approach 10 inches. Right now, the Boston area, your snow has started. Heaviest snow is to your south. Some of that is likely to get in, but most of the heaviest snow will stay to your south. Look for 3 to 4 inches with more accumulations south of the city. Let's take a closer look at New York City. It looks like Another 1 to 2 hours of the heavy snow will continue. You've already received unofficially of about 4 inches of snow as of an hour ago. We'll see total snowfall accumulations generally about 6 to 8 inches, possibly more out on the eastern Long Island, possibly more as well across extreme southern New England. Now, Philadelphia, you're still getting the snow, but that snow will begin to taper off within the next hour. But the most significant snow is now beginning to move itself across southeastern New York, much of Connecticut now reporting moderate to occasionally heavy snows, Rhode Island, and we're seeing mostly light snows in Massachusetts with the exception of all the moderate snows in the southeast. We'll be watching this northern edge of the real significant snows, whether that makes it into Boston and how far north that will actually move during this storm system. Here's a radar that doesn't show the demarcation between freezing rain, sleet, and snow, but most of this is snow, but we can see the snow back edge across eastern Pennsylvania, but that's coming across, a little bit of filling in, so it's not going to just end. There will be some snowfall continuing even after the heaviest snows moves out. Significant snows continuing across New York, also southeastern New York into southern New England, and finally we'll take a look at the last frame here. Temperatures certainly are cold enough for the snow to continue throughout much of New England. The snow will be ending in the New York area by the early evening hours, bad rush hour in the Boston metro area, but you will be ending later this evening. Then the storm will be history. Let's turn it back to Ryan.
Thanks, Paul, for that update. Of course, the cold air already in place here in the Northeast. It's 27 in Buffalo, 24 in Albany, and with the snow coming down, as Paul was showing us the latest radar, 27 degrees in New York, 25 in Boston. You factor in the wind, and we do have wind chills now in the teens. New York City, it feels like 15 this hour, 19 in Philadelphia, and 19 at the nation's capital. Forecast for the rest of the day, as we just heard, still more snow here from Boston down into New York, on the northern edges of Philadelphia. The snow coming to an end for the most part around Washington. Temps, though, staying into the upper 20s to lower 30s. Tomorrow, a much brighter forecast for you. Sunshine returns, highs into the upper 30s for Washington, 35 for New York, and we're going for a high of 34 with a few morning snow showers still left over around the Boston area. And that's a look at the Northeast. What about the South? Here's Vivian.
Well, across the South, we've noticed improving conditions as far as precipitation goes. Still some low clouds left behind over Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Getting some breaks, though, in D.C. or in the Big D in Dallas, as well as Oklahoma City. And we're noticing some wet weather here over South Georgia and even some thunderstorms over Florida. Zooming in, local radar out of Tampa, which shows some thunderstorms around Orlando. So a little stormy here, and we think we're talking about another 24 hours before things start to really clear out. We have to get that frontal boundary through the area before that happens. We have some moderately heavy rain in Tallahassee up to Albany, Georgia, and Valdosta. Moving off the coast, one batch here of Georgia, but another getting closer to Savannah. And notice how it's kind of breaking apart up toward Columbia, South Carolina. But at least today we're talking rain instead of freezing rain that we had to deal with yesterday in Columbia, South Carolina. Here is this system. The area of low pressure will continue to move north and east. This trailing cold front is what's going to take another 24 hours to move through Florida. Meanwhile, temperatures are like this. It's very cold in the wake of our system, 31 degrees in Oklahoma City. So even though it is sunny, it is very cold. 43 in Atlanta, 30 in Nashville, 39 in Columbia. But ahead of the front, still very warm over central and southern Florida. Now let's check on the upper Midwest with Ryan.
Cold start this morning, Vivian. 3 degrees. Your low in Minneapolis, 16 in Chicago, and 17 in St. Louis. You've warmed up to 29. Still very cold, though. Minneapolis only 17 this hour. 32 degrees right now in Lincoln. It's 30 in Kansas City. And the wind chill is adding insult to injury. 6 degrees is what it feels like in Minneapolis. It feels like 12 in the Windy City and 20 degrees in St. Louis under clear skies from the Twin Cities all the way down into Kansas City. Travel-wise is coming up next.
The Maglite flashlight. We could go on and on why Maglite is one of the world's most durable flashlights. Or we could just hit it with a Mack truck.
Brilliant performance. It's the Kiwi Express sponge, the only sponge equipped with a unique liquid reservoir. that always delivers a brilliant shine. The Kiwi Express Sponge. A brilliant shine every time.
Okay, we're gonna try this one more time.
Pledge with orange oil not only cleans, Pledge moisturizers help protect your wood against winter dryness. Pledge with orange oil. Pledge to be good to winter wood.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Do you use an inhaler? Do you still have problems breathing? Do you use albuterol or other respiratory medications? If so, Medicare may cover a more effective liquid breathing medication. Call Star Medical at 1-800-530-0843. Call today to see if you qualify at 1-800-530-0843. Call now.
There's more from the Weather Channel at weather.com. More travel updates, more ski and snow conditions, more forecasts at work or whenever you're on the web. Get more at weather.com or AOL keyword weather.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8s.
Currently, the temperature is 26 degrees with light snow.